Hey guys, it's Thomas here. I'm sure a lot of you know Hurricane Dorian has been up to no good, and it recently came to Nova Scotia and caused a whole bunch of trouble here. First off, I want to say that myself and my family and my pets and Brian and his family and his pets, we're all doing okay. Thankfully, we're all good and in good shape and healthy and happy. But there's some bad news, and that is that the studio here got absolutely trashed by that storm. I've never experienced a hurricane in my life. I did everything I could to kind of prevent anything bad from happening. I've got a big generator to make sure that we had power to all the essentials for the house itself, to maintain the house, obviously to as many of the aquariums as I possibly could. Not all the aquariums have livestock necessarily that require that kind of thing, but obviously I did what I could where I could. But what I could not prevent was a big tree in the backyard broke. And in doing so, smashed one of my windows, and it hurricane rained into my house probably all night. I came downstairs to check on things, then walked into a nightmare. So most of the damage came from another room, which I'm going to show you. So we'll head over there. So that's the window. I've currently boarded it up, but there's a big tree on the other side of it. That's where a branch came through, completely demoed the window. There's glass outside and inside and everywhere. I've already cleaned up, and something you should know is I've already spent hours down here just getting things out, trying to get them to the garage, trying to get things dry, trying to salvage what I can. I don't know what is going to be okay and what's not going to be okay. I basically, if you can imagine, this is the stock room where I keep everything that we're going to use for videos. So all future products are in here, things for everything. I have a shelf here, so a lot of the stuff on the shelf, luckily, is like kind of tucked into the corner. So that all seems, for the most part, okay, but the rain demoed the floors, went under the wall on the opposite side. That's where the studio is. There were cardboard boxes all along the floor, in the closet. All of those just sucked up water as it came in, and everything inside of it is just, I'm guessing toast. I've tested a lot of stuff, and so far, a lot of stuff doesn't work. Thankfully, it's just stuff. Like, it could have been a lot worse. Like I said, we're all okay. So thankfully, it's just stuff. But you can imagine, like, even this closet here was full, like packed to the top with things we're going to use for future builds. Like, you guys know the mega build, right? And we have a saltwater build I've been talking about that we've been looking to do. Like, stuff for that has all been stored in here. And yeah, it's basically a lineup in the garage at this point. Just a lineup of things that probably don't work. A lot of my own personal stuff was down here too. My computers, tools that I use for stuff, like everything. This was basically my storage room for my stuff. My music equipment, everything. So this is where it kind of gets worse. Some of the aquarium stands are pretty badly damaged. They might not look it to the naked eye, but because of the water that they've absorbed, they're really not safe to have a tank on anymore. One of them is the low-tech planted tank here. The base of the stand absorbed some water, and it's basically blown up a little bit. And what that tells me is what these are usually made out of is MDF or particle board, and sometimes wood. Wood probably, like if it's true wood underneath, it would have been a lot better off, but it's probably particle board because it's swollen, and what that means is it absorbed a bunch of water, and the structural integrity of the bottom of the stand is now questionable. And it's not safe to have a tank filled with water sitting on a stand that's been compromised. So I'll have to replace the stand for the low-tech tank here. Really not a huge deal, but this is where it gets kind of crappy. The Discus Mega Build, that stand has absorbed water, enough so that it is swollen on the bottom, and I can no longer continue that build as it is. I don't know how we're going to approach it yet necessarily, but as it stands, that is over. I can't fill that tank. I can't, if you can imagine, with my flooring the way it is. Once I replace it, I definitely don't want a repeat because of a tank that popped, right? So, or a stand that gave out and a tank that hit the floor. So that's on hold. The high-tech tank seems to be fine, probably because the way the stand is designed. It's got long legs on the bottom, so it wasn't close enough to anything to actually absorb any kind of water, so that's good. The Red Sea stand seems to be fine. For the saltwater build, I have to look into it further first. I mean, I've been spending most of my time getting things out of this place so that we can start filming properly again as soon as possible, because the floors need to come out before I can do that, before we can like really get going again. And even my personal aquarium that some of you have probably seen in the background shots of the Mega Build series, the Discus Mega Build, that stand as well has swollen up on the bottom and is now compromised. The thing is, I don't have access to another one. It's from Europe. It was like a one-off that I got. I've poured a lot of time and thought and myself into that build, which is why you guys never see it on the main channel, but I think you're gonna see it at least now so you can see what's happened. But yeah, so that's done. With that stand toast, I'd have to, I don't know what, build something. And I don't think I'm going to be able to build something quite that caliber to replace it. It would have to literally be identical for everything to fit. Everything was built around that tank to be like perfectly snug, perfectly fit. So I think I'm just going to pull the plug on that one too, at least for the foreseeable future. And yeah, so I'm sorry to say it, but that mega build is just done for the time being, and those projects, I don't know what's going to happen with them, but if you don't see any more videos on those for a while, that is why. Hopefully we can figure something out and keep them going. But yeah, right now the main goal is to get this studio back in a place where we can reset up tanks and stuff so that it's filmable in here, because yeah, it's not only does the floor look terrible, it's stinky. Stinks down here. The chickens are happy. So despite everything that's happened down here, and despite all the equipment and stuff, and again, thankfully it's just stuff, I'm so glad that Brian and his family and myself and my family are safe, and everybody else who's faced this hurricane. I hope everybody's okay. I know, like, for instance, the Bahamas got it really bad. So I'm really thankful that it's only stuff that, got damaged. It's just stuff. Stuff can get replaced. But unfortunately, it is a lot of stuff that we were counting on for the channel to finish projects we had started and so on and so forth. But I want you to know that everything's going to get repaired down here. Our video content might change a little bit for the next little while everything gets sorted out, obviously we have no studio to shoot in properly. So rest assured, we are going to keep on tanking. That is not ever going to stop. This is just what we do. We love it. And, things happen, and they may put a little bump in the road or a big bump in the road, but we're going to keep doing what we love, and we're going to keep on tanking here for sure. I really appreciate all the support you guys have provided us over the years, and it's what keeps us going, even when things like this happen. Knowing that you guys are out there and looking forward to more content really helps me chug along in these sorts of situations. So we're still going to hit 100K. We still got a giveaway we're going to do. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. And that's it. I got to get started on cleaning all this up. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully the next video will be a slightly brighter one. Anyways, guys, thanks so much. We'll see you later.